Good morning and welcome to your second topic lesson on space. I'm so excited for this lesson and I hope you're really excited too. So put on your space helmet, put on your space boots, your space suit as well, and let's go on another adventure. So before we start, let's recap what we did last week and when we were talking about our solar system. So say them with me. The Sun, Mercury, Venus. This is the moon that orbits the Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Fantastic. Well done, guys. So I'm sure by the pictures behind me, you can see what we will be talking about today. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to share my screen with you now so you can see the slides. So we are going to think about how people get to space. I would like you to have a conversation now and think about how we'd get to space. Do you think we could walk to space? Would it be a short walk like when we're walking to school? Do you think we could get the number 6 bus or the number 52 bus to space? Or do you think we could get the train from Kensal Rise to space? That would be crazy. So have a conversation now. How do you think people get to space? Pause the video. So now that you've had that conversation, I'm sure we all know that how we get to space is by a rocket. And these are such amazing rockets, as you can see. So I'm going to show you a short video now of a rocket blasting off to space. I hope you're ready.
Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All 3 engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. The final liftoff of Atlantis on the shoulders of the space shuttle. America will continue the dream.
Wow, look how quick it's moving.
Roger, roll, Atlantis. Houston now controlling the flight of Atlantis.
Look at all the smoke that it's caused from the fire exhaust.
24 seconds into the flight. Roll program complete. Atlantis now heads down, wings level on the proper alignment for its 8.5-minute ride to orbit. 4.5 million pounds of hardware and humans taking aim on the International Space Station.
It's going up and up and up. This is a view from the actual rocket, the space shuttle.
Engines now revving up, standing by for the throttle up call.
It was a pretty impressive video. I really enjoyed that. I love seeing the rockets go up into space. So let's look at the parts of a rocket, and this is really important and it will become clear at the end of this lesson. So the parts of the rocket are, there's a nose cone right at the top, and that's used to push the air out of the way when it's going up. We have a window, and I guess that's for the astronauts so they can see out and know exactly where they are. A body tube, which is smooth, so it helps the rocket go a lot quicker when it's going up. We also have the fins on the side, which allow the rocket to stay on the correct path. So there's one on this side and one on the other side as well. And then the exhaust flames, which we saw so much of in that video, and they created so much smoke as well. That helps the rocket get into space. So moving on, let's think about what you might take up in your rocket with you while you are going up. If you could only take one thing from Earth up into space, what would you take? Pause the video and have a conversation. I hope you had a great conversation about what you'd take up to space. I'd love to see some of your answers up on Seesaw. I would probably take my favorite teddy bear. So when I get up there, when I'm sleeping, it still almost feels like home. There would be no point in taking anything like an iPad or a phone because there's probably no reception up there. So I would probably take my teddy bear. So at least when I'm sleeping, it almost feels like home. So these might be some of the things that you would have taken. Food. We wouldn't take our iPad, nor would we take a TV. We could probably take some water, but it might start floating as we try to drink it. A ball, maybe. And a teddy bear, like I said. Food is a difficult one because we have to take special food into space just to make sure it doesn't go off and it doesn't expire, I should say. And we need to make sure that we'll still be able to eat it when we get up there. So let's think about how long it would take us to get to space in our rocket. Pause the video, have a think about it. If you were anywhere close to approximately 150 seconds, then good job. It is approximately 150 seconds to get from the Earth into space. So now I'd like you to think about how long it would take us to get from Earth to the moon. Pause the video. If you were anywhere close to 3 days, then great job. It's going to take us 3 days to get to the moon. So now comes the fun bit of our lesson. We are going to design our own rocket. So I'd like you to start thinking about what color you might have your rocket. Will you put a nose cone at the end? Will you put fins on the side? Will you have a body tube? So we're going to try and design one together now. We are going to try and make a rocket together and I'm so excited. So I have one tissue tube, I've got some sequins to decorate it after, I've got a piece of card for the nose cone, I've got some colors as well to draw my window, blue tack to stick everything together, some red, orange and yellow paper for my exhaust flames and 2 triangles for my fins. So let's get started. Get everything out the way first. So let's start with my fins. So I've got blue tack on the back. All I'm going to do is press those in. And one on this side. And just like that, it's starting to look like a rocket already. So let's take our yellow, orange and red pieces of paper for our exhaust. So I've got blue tack on the back again, and I'm just going to press those into the tube just like that. I'm going to do a pattern, so it's going to be yellow, red, and then orange. Then on the other side, same again, yellow, then red, and then the last one is orange. So just like that, again, it's starting to look like a rocket. We'll soon be in space. So I'm going to take a color. I've gone for a teal color, so it's kind of green, kind of blue. And I'm going to draw a circle in the middle. So that's our window covered. You might want to put U. in your window. So this is just a rough picture of me smiling, and also Miss Sloboda. We're going up to space together. Okay, so that's just me and Miss Sloboda in our rocket. Then I'm going to take our sequins. I'm going to use 2 blue ones and maybe this one. Use some blue tack on the back just to make it look pretty. Blue tack again. There we go. So the only thing that we're missing now is, can you tell me? You're right, it's a nose cone. So we've got a blue piece of card here. What you need to do is roll it into a cone shape, big enough for your tube, of course. Put some blue tack on the back and stick that together like that. I've got some blue tack here to attach it to my tube. So it should look like this. And then you just put it on the top and voila, you have yourself a rocket. Excuse me, mine is falling apart. But you have yourself a rocket. So have a turn. And I cannot wait to see all of your rockets on Seesaw. Enjoy!